Hey everybody, it's Valharik here. I'm taking a look today at WARSAW. I think I'm just going to do a bit of a let's play. I may do a more concise kind of first impressions, but I've played through like 3 missions in the tutorial by myself just to get the mechanics and everything down, and now I'm going to do a series of missions, and just you guys can follow along with me. I apologize in advance. I don't know how to pronounce these names in Polish or anything, so I'm not sure exactly what I'll say when it comes up to people's names, or maybe I'll give them nicknames, I don't know. So anyway, here we'll start a new game. Alright, so it looks like I don't remember this popping up before, so maybe since I've played once before I can skip the tutorial and randomize the party, or start with the tutorial and the default party. One thing I'll say about this game is it's not it doesn't seem like it's real story based. It's very mission based, so and this kind of goes along with that. You can just randomize your starting party, so I'm going to do that, and maybe this will be a little more different than what I saw before. So after each mission you'll get to the summary screen. It gives you your date, how many days passed since the last time you looked at this stuff. Uprising, need to keep your momentum up. If that ever drops to 0, I believe the game is over. And then war assets, difference between war assets generated by all districts and the value needed to keep the momentum unchanged in the given day. So my war assets, we generated 60, it takes 75 per day, so I dropped 15. That's why my momentum went down, even though I haven't actually played yet. Income, I guess it's considering that I played the tutorial. Income, you get a certain amount of ammo and supplies each day. Supplies are basically your money resource in this, and then each weapon, when you use it in battle, will take some ammunition. So you've got short ammo, long ammo, and heavy ammo. You got basically your explosives, your like machine guns and stuff, and then your ordinary rifles and pistols and revolvers and stuff. We use short ammo. So there are 6 districts. They each have morale and attrition, and then what they generate on a daily basis. So if you add these up, that should be what I'm getting here in income. And then morale, basically if it drops to 0, that district will surrender and I won't get their income at all. And attrition is how much it's going to drop each, I don't know if it's each day or if it's each mission, but I think it's each mission. And what you'll see when I get further into missions is that you'll get a set of like 3 that you can do each day, and you'll only be able to do one of them. So the other 2, and it'll be different districts. So the district that you do the mission in won't have any attrition, it'll be fine. You'll get some rewards. The other 2 districts that had a mission that you didn't do have a penalty. So far in the games I've looked at, it's only been increasing attrition by 1, but it's a interesting mechanic that you'll have to weigh. Do I want the rewards of this mission that I like better, or do I want to prevent attrition in this other district that's providing me good income and it's getting low on morale? So I think there could be some interesting decisions you have to make in this game. So it also looks like there's one of these events after every mission. So, never been so much fun. One of the youngest members of the Grey ranks was forced to kill an enemy soldier in self-defense today. Curiously, despite the initial shock, it would seem the youthful soldier has taken quite a liking to firing guns of all shapes and sizes now, and is excited to get back into the fray. +1 uprising momentum. Well, that is good, I guess. Just what they say. I don't know if these missions or these events are like have further consequences, or if that's just a one-time thing. Are we gonna meet that guy later on that seems to like to fight? Maybe, I don't know. Alright, so after each mission, I think this is the population of Warsaw based on the beginning. If you don't know, we play as kind of rebels in Warsaw during World War II. You've got Germany attacking, as well as the threat of the Soviet Union. So it's a tough time for your crew. As you can see by our headquarters here, boarded up windows, your typical kind of underground lighting system. So every day we'll come back here and look at your people. So these are actually the same people. Oh no, actually I didn't start my previous game with that guy. So this dude's kind of like your, I don't know if sniper's the right word. He's got a rifle and a like rocket launcher. This guy, mechanic, he's got a rocket launcher and a pistol. And then my third one here is a paramedic. She just has a pistol, but I think, she hold an extra skill? No. She can heal, which is nice. So when you look at these guys, you got a summary. Can talk about your attributes, what level they are basically, their base accuracy, their base crit chance, dodge, resilience, prevents damage, I believe, and then their resistance to status effects, bleed and burn, which basically act the same. It's just increased, damage over time. I think they have them separate based off what I read from the developers, so that they have two different ones, because if you get bleed on you and then you get more bleed on you, it doesn't stack. So I think they wanted to be able to have two different damage over time things that do stack. Blind basically hurts your accuracy, and then suppression will cause your character to not be able to act. Traits, these I think help with like skill checks. So occasionally you'll have an event come up where you need somebody to, break down a door maybe, and having a guy that's brawny is going to help with that kind of thing. I don't know if they do anything else other than that, but I know I've seen that come up before, and it has told me in the past like what trait you're going to use, and it just shows you like the percent chance your people have to succeed. Weapons, so this guy's got a Kar 98K and a Piat. Each character seems to be locked into a type of weapon, but like if I get more rifles, I'll be able to change out this rifle with a different one. and each weapon has different skills you'll be able to use. So just because this Kar 98K has a single shot and target acquired as the abilities I can use when it's equipped, a different rifle could have completely different ones. Clear out I get from my rocket launcher, and then this taunt is a character specific skill. You can go to your skill menu here, so you get 4 that you can equip. So like Shield Breaker here is another that I got because of the rocket launcher. If I want to use that, I have to take one of these other ones out. So Feigned Activity, target an obstacle, apply Taunt, increase the chance to be targeted by enemy abilities. Takes 2 stamina, so I'll go over stamina, and it lasts 2 turns duration wise. So when you look at an ability, you can see on the left there it's got 2 rows of 4 rectangles. If you play Darkest Dungeon, it's similar to that in terms of you can only use certain abilities when you're in certain spots on the battlefield. So each side on the battlefield is made up of 2 rows, and each row has 4 spots. So this Feigned, I'd have to be in one of the 2 middle spots. Can't be in the very front, can't be in the very back, but I could be in either row, and then it affects any square on my side. So if it was an enemy side, it would be red. I can show you that by looking at one of these other abilities, Clear Out. You can see they're red there because I'm shooting it at the enemy side. And then Area shows who's going to get hit. So if I use this Clear Out, it's going to hit 1 row on the enemy side, and it's going to hit three spots in a row there. Weapons, so here you can just see where you can change stuff out. If a weapon is equipped by somebody else, it shows their portrait there, so you can see my dude in the hat also has one of those Piats that this guy can use. And then experience, so when you finish missions, usually you'll get, at least the missions I've played, I've always gotten 1 commendation, which can be then used to level up 1 guy. I didn't realize that like each guy doesn't have their own commendations when I first started playing, so I literally can level up 1 guy 1 time, and then I'll need to get more to level up other people or to continue leveling up the same guy. It also looks like you'll be able to see once I level somebody up that the next one's going to take 2 commendations. I'm guessing that the third may take 3. So that's the kind of character layout. Then you've got these 4 spots that are basically different people in your stronghold that you go to for different options. So this first one is where you go to do excursions, which basically is spend some of your supply to increase the morale of different districts. I don't have any available right now. And then just take a drink. Missions. So I'll go here once I'm done in the stronghold to pick a mission to go to in one of the different districts. I can look at it here, just back out. So 3 of the districts have missions. Click on it. You can see what that district's income is, what their current morale and attrition situation is, the mission name, and objectives, so neutralize enemy units. Tells you how many days it's going to take to do that mission. I'm guessing that the more days it takes, the more negative things happen to just Warsaw in general. Rewards, so commendation, I'll get a damage grenade, which I'll go over how damage stuff works in a second. And failure penalties, so if you fail the mission, that place is going to get an attrition. If you don't do a mission, it's considered a fail. So the other missions that are available, if I was to do that first one, this one would automatically fail, for instance. So reduce Nazi presence in the area, weakening the giant. I'm guessing that's fairly similar to the other one. And reestablish down telephone lines. I have never done anything like that. I'm guessing I just have to go and find different event places on the map. And I'll show you in a second once I get in a mission how that works. So I'm going to back out of here. If your people get injured, they don't heal automatically at the end of missions. So if they get too injured, they will sit here in the hospital, and you can kind of track how long it's going to take them to get back into action. You can still send them out on missions, but they'll go in injured, and in this is permadeath. So if somebody ever dies, they're done. So you want to be very careful. Next person is the arsenal here. Tells you what you've got in storage, what weapons you have. If you have broken stuff, it'll show that in here too. Barter, so you can buy ammo, compasses, which will make it so you can move around the mission maps without spending as many action points. If you run out of action points, that's how you'll lose a mission. Or I'm guessing if all your guys die. Flare, I've never used one of these yet, but it reveals all points of interest in the currently visible area. These take some action points to use. And then bandages, restore 30 health during missions, also takes action points to use. So you can buy and sell stuff there. You can see buying stuff, you know, it's not one for one. Buy it for 15, sell it for only 10. Then you've got repair. So when you get those broken, like a broken gun or broken grenade or something, you bring it here, you spend some supplies, repair it, and then your guys can use it, assuming they are proficient in that type of weapon. Or you can repair it and then go back to the weapon screen and sell it. And what I've found is it's always, at least I've only repaired maybe 4 or 5 things in the couple missions I've played. But every time that I've seen it, you know, I'll repair something for say 50 and then I'll be able to sell it for 80. So if you can and you don't need the item, it seems to be beneficial to repair and then sell it. So I just repair everything I can. And you get more, like you can sell the broken piece, but not for as much as after you've repaired it. Let's see. Codex, so this is your, just kind of look, you can read about your different people. Looks like this carries over from game to game, because these are things that I've unlocked in my playthrough. The recruitment guy here, so you've got like your main characters that can level up, and they have more skill slots. You can change out their weapons and stuff. Then you can get these general recruitment people. They just have 2 abilities and at least at this point 50 health. I don't know if that ever changes or not, but for 100 supplies, at least at this point in the game it's only 100, you can hire more of these people to go out on your missions. They don't gain experience and don't seem to level up at all, so they're kind of cannon fodder, but if you get to the point where your main people are hurt, you're not going to want to bring them into combat and have them die, so you might need to bring in some of these people. And they can be pretty useful. You know, this one can erect barricades, which are nice, reduced, you know, it'll reduce damage coming in at you. And then she's got her own little rocket launcher that does decent damage, has some armor penetration, and really what I've seen is these guys don't use up a lot of ammo, which is kind of nice. And then the last spot is the morgue, which is just to look at your people that have died. So I'm going to quickly level up somebody. Oh, and one other thing, these skills are randomized each game, so you're not going to see the same thing every time you play the game, even the same characters. So, and sometimes, like, some characters have a bonus skill when they level up that you'll get to pick one of these two and then occasionally get that extra bonus one as well. So what do we got here? This is my kind of sniper guy. Increase frontline damage, that's nice. And passive, increase dodge for every hit received. Both of those are decent. Let's see, disarray, so this guy can blind armored and heavy weapon enemies. Or wall of flames, looks like he gets a flamethrower that he can use to suppress enemies. And suppression, basically, I think I may have mentioned it, they just won't get to act that turn. So spend 1 stamina. Most things cost 1 stamina. Occasionally you'll get some that cost 2, and maybe even 3. You normally have 3 stamina at the beginning of a battle, and you regain 1 per round, so burning through your stamina and using up stamina has penalties to you for like accuracy and I think damage taken. So you gotta be a little careful and spread out your actions. You can just keep using the same person as long as they have stamina and neglecting your other people action wise, but like I said, the person that you keep using will become less effective as you do that, and eventually they'll run out of stamina. Come get some, gain taunt, so basically he can try and soak up attacks. And then the medic, quick fix, heals slightly less health to each subsequent target. So this one is like a group heal, but you'll heal the first person for the most and then less as you go. I don't know, you know, it's got an area of 3, but I don't know if that the person in the back or the person in the front's getting more. I've never had that, so we'll have to find out. Stamina cost down. Decrease stamina cost by 1. So it looks like you can give somebody else your stamina, essentially. Lasts for 3 turns. So you spend a stamina, and then whoever you use that on, then for the next 3 turns / activations, they will lose 1 less stamina on whatever action they're using. That actually is pretty good. And then Guardian Angel, I haven't used this one yet. As long as you're in the back, you deal some damage to opponents in their back line. And then it says pull an ally back 3 tiles from in front of the user. So I think you set up your healer in the back, you do a little damage to the enemy, and then you can pull somebody that is then pulled forward on your squad backwards. I think I'm gonna level her up right now. Her gun, she kind of wants to be up in the front rows. So I like the idea of this one, but if I put her up near the front, she's not going to be able to use it. So I think I'm going to go with quick fix. When you level up, make sure you go to skills and equip them, because if you don't, you won't, you'll do a whole mission without being able to use your new skill. Alright, that's really all I need to do there. I think just to keep this short, I'm going to end this video here, and then I'll start another one for my next mission. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, as always, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll keep this going for a while. So far, I like this game, so I expect to play through quite a few episodes. Alright, talk to you later.